This conference will now be recorded.
Once FIST integration configuration is completed, we need to create a test case or we need to create a test scenario. Let's say test case number 1. FIST means what do we do usually? We buy or we sell?
We sell. We sell.
We are selling.
We are selling.
We are selling a product to the customer. Whenever we are selling a product to the customer, you need 3 values observation. From any sale, you need to observe 3 values. First one is your selling price per unit. Am I right?
Yes.
Second one, cost per unit. Third one, profit per unit. Are these 3 values required or not?
Yes, sir.
These 3 values
Yes,
are
sir.
required. First thing what we will do is, if I assume or if we assume that our selling price is, let's say, 80,000. If you are assuming selling price is 80,000, your cost should be above 80,000, below 80,000 or equal to 80,000.
Below 80.
Below 80,000 or equal to.
It must be below 80,000. Let's say if I take 70,000 is my cost price. What would be the profit?
10,000.
10,000.
80,000, sir.
It will be 10,000, right? In short, cost plus profit is equivalent to your sales, or sales minus profit is equal to your cost,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
right? These 3 numbers will play with each other in different directions. And from any sale that you're talking, you must know these 3 points. And this 80,000 is coming from where? SD side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Selling price is what you are going to decide while selling it to the customer. And this cost price, is it coming from SD side or is it coming from MM side?
MM, sir.
MM, sir.
This is coming from MM side because all your material is kept inside the plant and plant is responsibility of MM side. Your cost is coming from MM side, sales are coming from SD side. Difference between these two is calculated and it is posted to your accounting,
Yes, sir.
which slowly we need to make sure you're able to figure out the differences. Even in your interviews, they will ask you, how do you calculate profit from a sales? Most of the people will tell, I do not know for these kind of questions. They tell full FIST integration scenario, cycle, accounting entry from where everything is coming. For a simple calculation, can you tell me how profit is calculated from a sale? They will tell, I do not know. And next one, we need to write accounting entry or ST process flow. FIST process flow. In FIST process flow, what is the first step?
Sales
Sales
order.
order.
First one is to create a sales order. Second one,
Delivery.
to create delivery. Third one,
PJ.
GI.
post goods issue. In short, we call it as PGI. Fourth one,
Billing.
Billing.
billing or invoicing. Fifth one,
BRS.
Payment.
customer payment or customer receipt.
Yeah.
Anything is okay.
Receipt.
And sixth one is bank
BRS.
reconciliation. Now let's say in the sales order, we define the name of a product that we are selling, quantity of the product that we are selling. Am I right?
Yes.
Let's say if I assume 5 units multiplied by 80,000 per unit. Is this what you define?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
In sales order, you will define how many units or how many quantity are you selling and what is the agreed selling price. When you do a delivery, is there any accounting?
No,
No.
sir.
No, sir.
When you do a delivery, there is no accounting. We'll leave it blank. When you do goods issuing, how many goods do you issue if your order is for 5 quantity?
5.
5 goals.
5.
5. But here you will not issue the goods at selling price. You will issue the goods at cost price.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this will be at 70,000 per unit.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Right. Yeah.
Now, when you do the invoicing, do you do the invoicing at cost price or at selling price?
Selling price.
Selling price.
So it will be 5 units at 80,000 per unit.
Yes, sir.
And when your customer is making the payment, he will simply make the invoice value, right? Here I am just writing invoice value. What is the invoice value? Leave for time being. Your customer is going to make the payment to the extent of invoice value. Bank reconciliation is with to extend to payment value. Whatever the payment received by the customer, that will be reconciled in BRS. Is this correct?
Right. Yeah.
Sir.
Yes.
Now, first one, if we look at it, the sales order value is how much in this case? It should be 80,000 multiplied by 5.
4
Yes.
lakh.
4 lakhs.
4 lakh.
4 lakhs or 400,000. There is no value here. PGI 5 multiplied by 70,000,
3 lakh 50,000.
3 lakh 50. What would be the profit? Sorry, invoice?
4 lakhs.
4 lakh.
4 lakhs.
5 into
80,000.
80,000. And how much customer will pay?
4 lakhs, sir.
4
4
lakhs.
lakhs.
4 lakh. And what amount you will do the BRS? 4 lakhs
Sir, 4
only.
lakhs. Yes,
4
sir.
lakhs.
Now everywhere, if you see, the full transaction is going with 4 lakh only, but there is only one place where it is less amount or a different amount.
PG.
It is your PGI. In short, only at the PGI place we are booking the cost. Rest everywhere you are booking at the selling price, sales value.
Yes, sir.
Now we need to make sure whenever you are trying to understand any point in FIST integration, anywhere are you showing the profit here?
No, sir.
No.
There is no profit directly booking in any of your accounting entry, and tomorrow you will be questioned how system will recognize the profit during your sales cycle. Where is my profit getting accounted here? They'll put questions like this only. After you explaining full flow of FIST integration, you will be questioned, can you tell me where profit is getting accounted in this sale? And people try to tell different statements. People will tell different answers, which is incorrect, because nowhere there is profit is getting accounted directly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You need to manually calculate profit by taking difference between sales revenue and cost.
Yes, sir.
In short, I need to look at this billing value plus PGI value. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Difference between these two is resulting my profit or it is resulting my loss. So majoritarily nobody will sell at a loss. Everybody will be selling at profit only. But there are situations where there may be items sold at loss also. That's where you call something as below cost. Anybody heard below cost?
Yes, sir.
Below cost approval or below cost sale, meaning you are selling below the cost of whatever you had incurred on a product. Now, if I do any sales from the accounting, is it possible to trace the profit?
No.
From the accounting entry or from my FI side, is it possible to trace the profit per sale?
No.
No.
No, right?
No.
No, sir.
It is not possible. Reason, there is no direct accounting entry which is capturing the profit. Then what is the option? What is the solution? How do you analyze your profits?
Copa. Through Copa.
Super.
Right? You have to analyze the profits through COPA. In short, controlling the profitability analysis is used to analyze the profit. What system will do? Whenever you create a sales order, data will start flowing into COPA. Your cost related data will go to COPA. Your billing, your revenue related data will also go to COPA. And in COPA, everything is updated with respect to sales document number. Because all your sales are identified by sales document number, maybe sales order, maybe billing document.
Yes, sir.
With the help of it, it will be updated. And yesterday, when we were creating the organization structure or when we were creating FIST integration, you created a different points like sales organization, division, distribution channel, right? Sales areas, sales office. When we created a different point, we need to understand all these points will flow to COPA. When we say all these points will go to COPA, because in COPA is where you are going to define your sales reporting or your profitability reporting, your profit analysis. If you wanted to analyze the profit, you need different dimensions of it for your sale.
Yes, sir.
I will be analyzing my profit in different segments, in different context, in different dimensions. Now all this slicing and dicing of data will happen in your COPA module. In short, everybody is aware pivot table, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your COPA is similar to pivot table. Just assume that you are receiving the data in COPA. What COPA will do, it will consolidate every data. The way you want to put pivot, in the similar way you can play with it. Meaning you need to build some basic formulas there. Sales minus the cost of goods sold is equal to profit. Something like that, basic formulas you need to do. To include any specific cost, to exclude any specific cost, you can do it in COPA. And one report which we need to look at from COPA, which is mandatory. What is that COPA report? One report where you can see everything in COPA.
AP20.
KP?
KE24.
KE24.
A24.
Right? KE24 is like your line item report in COPA. It will capture everything. Whatever data is coming into COPA, everything will be part of KE24. Okay, this you need to understand because tomorrow when somebody is asking you, they definitely want to hear COPA also from you. Because any company who is doing a sale will definitely analyze the profits.
Yes, sir.
Anybody who is making a sale would like to definitely analyze their profit. For them to analyze the profit, COPA becomes mandatory. In short, in every project, in every organization, you will find COPA. Currently, where you will see the S4HANA system, we will be using account based or costing based.
Accounting based.
Account based.
Account based.
We will be looking at account based. In short, the alternative name for account based now?
Marginal cost.
Marginal budget analysis.
Margin analysis. And these points, at least if you're able to talk, if you're able to explain, it is more than sufficient in any interview. But don't tell straight away sales order till bank reconciliation, don't keep quiet. And after that, data from sales will go to COPA. COPA is where we analyze the profit. And then you can tell, I've not got any opportunity to work in CO project or COPA as of now. I have basic idea, understanding about COPA, but I did not work in my current or previous project. Enough. At least they will have a feel that, okay, this candidate is aware of COPA. After sale, what is happening, candidate is aware. Else what will happen? You will put a full stop here itself. When we know without COPA sales is incomplete, you cannot leave it in between, right, while talking.
Yes.
Okay. Now let us see how this sale is created. Let us see how this sale is created. To performing the sales cycle, sales order is the base.
Sir.
To perform it, sales order is the base. Now you are selling a product. Let's say our company code, or we say that we are selling Kia Seltos, let's say 1.5 liter petrol car. Possible?
Possible, sir.
Because our company code is Kia Motor. Definitely you will be selling a car only.
Yes, sir.
Or any other spare part. Okay, don't take spare parts, take car only. If I assume that I am going to sell this car, let's say for 9,50,000, possible?
Possible, sir.
9,50,000. Now, before I sell this car to customer, do I need to have stock with me or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Before I sell this car to the customer, I need to make sure stock is available with me. Point number one. Point number two, how stock will be available with me with two possibilities. Point number one, I need to purchase car and sell it to my customer, or I need to manufacture the car and sell it to the customer. Only two ways.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Option number one, I need to buy from somebody else and sell it to my customer. Option number two, I need to manufacture the car and sell it to the customer. If I am representing myself as a Kia Motors, do I buy and sell it to the customer, or do I manufacture and sell it to the customer?
Manufacturing, sir.
Right? I will be manufacturing and selling it to the customer, meaning our car cost must have below 3 breakup. What is your car cost 3 breakup?
Selling price, cost per unit, profit per unit.
Materials,
Raw material cost,
activity,
activity cost.
Overheads cost.
overhead cost.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Some of these three will form my cost price. Let's say my raw material cost is going to be somewhere around 5 lakh. Possible?
Yes, sir. Possible.
Raw material cost is 5 lakh. Let's say my activity cost is going to become 80,000 and my overhead is going to be 50,000 INR. Total?
Six lakhs 50,000.
650.
6 lakhs 50,000.
30 or 50?
30, sir.
30,
6
sir.
lakh 30. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Cost per car is 6 lakh 30,000. Meaning, before you start creating a sales order, you need to make sure you have the inventory in your stock.
Yes, sir.
Don't straight away go and create the sales order. Before you do a sale, you need to have the stock, right? No stock, no sale. Everywhere you will see out of stock. If you go to any place, they will put out of stock. They don't do any sale, because if they do not have the stock in hand, they cannot sell it to customer, right? Sold out, no stock boards, you would have seen somewhere, right?
Yes, sir.
They are ready to sell, but they don't have the stock in hand. Now you need to understand, how do I check my stock? When you know that you need to have stock, you need to understand stock reports. How do you check your stock? There are certain standard transaction codes to verify the stock balances, stock
MD04,
availability.
MD04,
MB5B,
MB04, MMBE,
MM,
MB5B,
MD5B.
okay.
MD04, sir. MD.
Now let us open this. And all these are possible questions in your interviews. Tomorrow when somebody is asking, make sure you cover all these points. If I go to MD04, this is your stock list. Currently, we created one material, right? Let's say 254 laptop, plant, CO10. I'm just displaying it, that's it. It is telling some error is there in this MD04, ignore it. Next one, MMBE, stock overview. Put your material number, plant code, and then click on execute. Okay, you are able to get output here, right? Any values there in stock or everything
No,
is blank?
Blank.
no stock.
no.
No stock in unrestricted.
Everything is blank, meaning no stock, no sale. I cannot do a sale when there is no stock. So MMB is working fine. Next, MB5B. Here also you took valuated stock. Execute. Here also there is no stock, right? Everything is blank. Nothing is there. Quantity, everything is blank. Go back. And if we go to MB52, same thing here also. Material number, plant, just execute. Here also 0 everywhere. 0, 0, 0, meaning no stock.
Yes.
So from here, let me remove MD04, refer or remember only these three transaction codes or these three report for stock. First point, before you do a sale, you need to make sure there is a material for which you are able to bring cost with the help of these three breakup.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
With the help of these three cost breakup, you need to do it. Okay. Meaning it is clear that without stock, you cannot do a sale, right? Is this point clear?
Clear, sir.
First, you need to have material availability with you, and then this material must be in stock.
Yes.
When I say material availability, if you are selling a Kia Motors, can I go to Kia, ask for a TV, smart TV?
No, sir.
No, because Kia Motors will not be dealing with the smart TVs. If I go to Kia Motor and then ask for a laptop, can you sell a laptop to me?
No.
No,
Because this material is not available with them to sell. Right? Now, if I go to Kia Motors, ask them for a car, will they be able to sell it?
Yes.
yes,
Right? This material is available with them for sale, and then they will see whether it is in stock or it is out of stock. Am I right? If the material is available with them for sale, then they will see whether the stock is available or not. In short, before you create any sales order for FIST integration, first understand what are you selling. Understand what are you selling. You take any product, it is okay, but prefer a product which is relatable to your company code. I do not know what company code you created. I created Kia Motors. If I try to create a sales order for any XYZ material, is it relatable or not relatable?
Not true.
Not relatable, right? I need to make sure product which I am selling is in line with my company which I am doing practice. Kia Motors means I have to sell car only, or I have to sell any spare part, right?
Yes.
Either I have to sell a car, or I have to sell a spare part, or I have to sell a servicing. Now, to do any sale of a servicing, customer service sale is different, product sale is different, or are the same?
Different, sir.
Different.
They're different. Meaning, in short, after sale service is different, right? Where it depends on customer to customer. If a customer is bringing their car, you have to do a servicing for it. Now, whenever you go to any showroom, they will come to you with a tab or with a paper where they will write all the complaints about the car.
Yes, sir.
In short, what they're doing, they're creating a job to be performed on this car.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right? They're writing a job. Okay, we have to do the servicing, we have to do the washing, we have to replace this, we have to replace it, we have to check this. XYZ they're writing, meaning they're listing out the jobs to be performed, and accordingly they're giving an estimation.
Yes.
They'll tell, okay, this will be the approximate cost. Do you want to continue or not? If you tell okay, then only they will start. And then they will be tracking that, whether this car is available or not. Available in the sense, servicing is ready, car is ready for delivery to the customer. Accordingly, you will get a notification call from the customer service. Your car is ready, please come and collect.
Yes.
Meaning this sale is different. Your regular sale is different. Meaning sale before service, sale after service is different. Meaning before delivering it to the customer, after delivering it to the customer, there is a difference, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, these slight differences is where you need to first have a minor understanding at this moment. Once you are able to create sales order, do the billing, I will tell you how these things are happened, how these things are handled in projects. Okay. Now, first point, what you need to do, you look at your company code, because I do not know what is your company code. When you take your company code, from your company code, you assume any sale value. Assuming your company code is Kia Motors only, you are assuming that you will be selling a car at 9,50,000 per unit. And you need to have the cost breakup or not.
Yes, sir.
To have a cost breakup, you need to do the cost estimation. Assuming that, okay, for this car, I have to spend 5 lakh for raw material, 80,000 for manufacturing process or conversion process, and then 50,000 for my overhead. Overall, it is costing me 6,30,000. How do you bring this cost?
Bill of material.
Cost estimation.
Cost estimation. Right? You have to bring this cost through cost estimation, and you're all aware how to bring the cost estimation, right? For which you need BOM, you need routing, you need costing sheet, you need cost component. Yes or no? Overhead group, overhead key.
Yes, sir.
Now these things you just need to collect once, recollect once, because you've already done. You just did it, right? Recently, in this week itself. When you
Yes, sir.
recollect it, it will help you in different ways. Though you are not able to do it completely, but at least the effort, whatever you are putting, will give you the result what you are looking out in the market. Because you need to make sure you are talking points in a connecting manner. Tomorrow, if you tell FIST integration, everybody will talk the accounting entries. And when you're talking about accounting entries, if somebody is putting a cross question, how system will derive this value, from where the value is getting updated. If you tell from material master, how cost is coming into material master. Do you have any breakup for this cost? Is it okay if we tell we do not know? I'm not sure. Having said we are a FICO consultant for 3, 4, 5, 10 years. No, right? We are able to tell accounting entries just like that ABCD. But when somebody is asking how this cost is coming, from where system is calculating the number, from where GL account is getting updated, you cannot be blank. Having said, you're an experienced FICO consultant, no matter what, whether you're really experienced, but from your mouth it is coming, you have experience on SAP FICO, right? So you need to justify that. And when you talk these points, even if you want, they will not leave you. And things will become in the other way, that not that they are rejecting, you have to reject the company, that no, I'm joining some other company. Things should be in the other way around, not that you're getting rejected by the company, that will get back to you. You tell, I'm rejecting your offer, I'll get back to you if I still wanted to continue with your organization for further my career. Make sure you understand things in such a way you are in a position to reject the company's offer. This is very easy, very simple, because the way you talk in your interview, the way you talk to anybody will have a huge impact. Nobody is practically going to check whether you can do it really in the system or not, because when it comes to system, it is not fixed. Am I right? Scenario to scenario, everything will change completely, it will change. But all you need to understand is, irrespective of the scenario, whether you know the process, whether you know the functionality, whether you know the concept or not, this is what they will verify in you. Meaning, to understand, you are aware of this point, the example that you are telling while talking to the interviewer is mattering or not.
Yes.
They will see when you're talking, are you taking any example and then explaining me this, or you're generally explaining me this. Most of the time, what everybody will do, everybody will give generic explanation for FIST integration. What they do when they go to FIST integration, they'll say sales order, no accounting entry. Am I right? If I take this right side, sales order, no accounting, delivery, no accounting, PGI, accounting, billing, accounting, this accounting, this accounting. This is what we talk in general.
Yes, sir.
And out of these two, only these two where your integration entry is coming.
Yes, sir.
Out of this flow, only these two places where integration is happening. And this is happening with respect to sales order. This is the base.
Yes.
Based on the sales order, you are delivering the goods. Based on the sales order, you are billing the customer. Now, when you do this one, what is the accounting entry? At the time of PGI, what is the accounting entry?
Cost of goods sold account debit.
Cost of goods sold debit, finished products credit.
Cost of goods sold debit,
Inventory credits.
inventory credit. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
COGS account debit, inventory account credit. When it comes to billing,
Customer account debit, sales account credit.
Customer account debit, sales account credit.
customer debit, sales credit. This is the basic or standard fixed accounting entry. Other than this, there may be any additional line item like discount or any other thing, tax and all, but these are fixed always.
Fixed, sir.
These two line items are fixed in every accounting entry. Apart from this, there may be any other line item depending on the scenario, but these two line items in each accounting entry are always fixed. This COGS account debit, inventory account credit, is it coming from FIMM or FIST?
FIMM, sir.
Not ST. This is coming from FIMM. This is where everybody will go wrong. This is coming from FIMM. And this accounting entry?
FIST.
FIST.
This is coming from FIST. In short, when somebody is asking tomorrow, you should not make this mistake. Meaning, don't tell for both FIMM integration only, for both FIST integration only. No. Your FIST integration cycle, your sales cycle is having 6 stages. In the 6 stages, your integration is happening only at 2 places, PGI and billing. And within that, your accounting entry is coming for ST integration is only from billing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your PGI, even though it is part of your sale, the accounting entry is not coming from SD integration setting. It is coming from integration setting. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And you will also be questioned to complete this sales cycle, what integration configuration you will maintain. They'll put questions in a different way. To complete a sales cycle, where do you maintain integration setting? If I say only FIST integration setting, is it okay? Or I must tell FIST plus FIMM integration setting?
Both
FIMM
FIMM
and
and
FIS.
FIMM and FIST both you need to talk. Reason, without MM integration, you cannot do any goods movement. Whether goods are coming inside or your goods are going outside, without MM integration, this is not possible. In short, this is coming from OBYC.
Yes, sir.
This is coming from OBYC. And what about it?
VKOA.
KOA.
This is coming from VKOA. First, you need to make sure while talking to anybody, specifically with your interviewer, in your FIST integration, you are not making these basic fundamental mistakes. These are all the fundamental mistakes which most of the people make in the interview. And these mistakes, when you're making in the interview, it is easy for anybody to reject. Easy for anybody to just guess just like that. This candidate does not have any experience, or this candidate does not know how exactly integration happens. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
You need to make sure while talking, while explaining, specifically mention at the time of a PGI, cost of goods sold account debit, inventory account credit, and this accounting entry is coming from FIMM. Clearly specify. This accounting entry is coming from FIMM integration OBYC because any goods movement is possible from MM side only. When you specify these one-liners, it will add huge value in your interview. The other person will have positive opinion. If you are not putting these points, you are only talking about the flow. Then the other person may not be convinced. It depends on your luck. We are all aware luck always does not work for everybody, right?
Yes, sir.
When your luck is not working, you will receive the luck which is containing better luck next time. You'll still have luck, but it is better luck next time, not this time. So don't depend on better luck next time. Depend on better luck at this moment only. But it depends on what you're talking. And it is not dependent on your interviewer to say that. They are saying that because of our performance only.
Yes.
Right?
Sir.
When you talk things in a proper manner, there is no way anybody will tell you better luck next time. They'll ask you how soon you can join us. They change their statement immediately. And make sure while talking, you are not making these mistakes and you're not skipping these points. Then you will see how anybody will reject you. Nobody will reject you. But the way you're talking is important, flow you're maintaining is important, examples that you're quoting are also equally important. Without any example, I cannot say this, right? So you need to take an example. For example, if we are selling any product, don't tell any product, take a product specific name. Take a specific name. You take the same example. Let's say if a company if a company wants to sell a car and they will be trying to sell it at 9 lakh, and for that they need to have the stock. If stock is not there, we cannot perform the sale. Try to add these points after your explanation, or during your explanation. It is okay, depending on your comfort, depending on your confidence. Then you will feel the difference. When you start talking in this way, nobody will allow you to finish your explanation. Even before you reach 50%, they'll put next question. Meaning they are convinced that, you know, now I understood, you know the point, you know the process. Let me check other topic also. Okay, they'll not wait until you finish your explanation. They'll close you, they'll stop you in between 50% only. Meaning the way you're talking is giving them clear understanding that, okay, this candidate knows the subject. That impact you have to create while talking. And you will see that your interview is very smooth. Your interview will be very easy. No point for you to be scared. If your points are crystal clear, if your points are valid, nobody will put any cross question. Even if they put cross question, you'll not find any difficulty in it. You will enjoy the cross questions. You will be more happy to, you will in fact ask, can you please put two more questions to me? It will be like that. Otherwise, you will be scared because you do not know what they'll ask. Because we do not know what we are talking. When we are not sure what we are talking, definitely you will be scared what they will ask. And make sure on this point you put effort in such a way while talking to anybody you are not making any mistake. Or when somebody is putting a cross question, when somebody is asking from their end, you are in a position to connect where it is fitting in this process. For this question, what I need to explain. Getting my point, right? Then you
Yes,
will
sir.
practically feel the difference. And while talking, you will have a clarity, okay, for this question, for this topic, this is how I need to talk. Because these are the areas where there is no manual intervention from FI side. Everything is automatic only, right?
Yes, sir.
No manual intervention. You cannot go to system, do anything from your side, except analyzing when there is a problem. So everything is in the hands of ST consultant. They create the sales order, they do delivery and all. If accounting is not happening, then you need to see. And once everything is completed, as part of your testing, you have system integration testing or integration testing.
Yes.
And tomorrow you will be questioned, what was your role in the integration testing? What you did in your integration testing? What was your contribution in FIST integration? After you explaining everything, they might put a cross question. Then you need to make sure what you will talk. Do you tell you created sales order?
No, sir.
No. Do you tell you created a delivery?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Do you tell you created PGI?
No, sir.
Do you
No,
tell you
sir.
created billing?
No, sir.
No. And these are pure FI. Customer payment, bank reconciliation is pure FI, right? These are not part of your integration. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So when these are not part of integration, these are not tested during integration. These are tested during your FI testing, not part of integration. Now your integration, when it is happening, it is part of 1 to 4 steps only. In this, technically, there is nothing you get into the system, post anything in system, right?
Yes.
Then what is your role? They'll ask. What exactly you did here? Can you please explain? Many will go blank. They flow whatever they maintained just 5 seconds before will go blank. They do not know what to answer because they have not done it. They don't know how to explain, they don't know how to convince. Simple question, what exactly you did in your integration testing? You told ST flow, it is okay, I'm very impressed. Can you please tell me what was your role in this FIST integration testing in your project? Suddenly, is it possible for us to relate and then answer in a convincing way? Silence for this question will give the negative result or not.
Yes.
Right? Like that, you'll have to make sure how you need to talk to the interviewer. And when you're getting any kind of a questions, if it is a simple question, there's no point you prepare it. You can easily manage it. What if somebody is giving different questions? And make sure when you're getting these kind of a little tricky questions, your attempt will give the result. When I say your attempt will give the result, they don't put these questions to get the right answer. They just wanted to make sure candidate knows the subject properly. All they want you to do is understand their question properly and then try to give an attempt. They're more than happy with you. If you are not even able to understand the question, how will they have confidence to pick you in the project? Definitely no, right?
Yes.
Reading FIST integration, talking in the interview, anybody will do it. Even a fresher also will talk better than me, better than you. But to what extent you are able to relate the process to the real environment is what they will verify. Tomorrow after joining the project, if they say that create check billing document is not getting generated, what could be the reason? If you are completely blank for it, all I know is billing document is created with so and so T code, so and so accounting entry will come. After that, I don't know anything. Will it work in the project? It will not work. Even if you forget the accounting entry, it is okay. I will tell you customer account will be debited, sales account will be credited. But you should know how customer account is getting picked up, how value is coming there, how sales account is getting picked up to there. These are the fundamentals, basics, which you should never ignore. You forget accounting entry, nothing wrong in it. Because you can read accounting entry anytime, right?
Yes.
You can read the accounting entry anytime, but how it is coming, from where it is coming, how values are coming, why this entry only coming is what you need to understand at the beginning only. Later on, what will happen? We will develop a different mindset. We will develop a different thought process, different understanding. Later on, when you try to replace your understanding, it is very difficult. When I say it is very difficult, so easily you cannot change it. It is very tough for anybody. You will have so many question marks raised. Earlier I discussed like this. Previous time when I practiced, it was like this. So far I'm remembering like this only. Why like this now? Whether that is correct, this is correct. You will have so many confusions. And you need to make sure these confusions you are not getting. You need to make sure you are not getting these confusions and you are in a position to understand the flow properly and explain as per your flow. Meaning whatever the way you feel you are comfortable, in the same way you talk. And while talking FIST integration, you must talk. You must bring point related to FIMM. You also must bring point related to COPA. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And you also need to talk about profits. When I say we also need to talk about profit, you need to tell how profit is calculated. In the accounting entry, know where your accounting profit.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes.
In the flow, nowhere we are writing any accounting entry where you can debit profit, you can credit loss. No profit, no loss is being debited, credited in any of the accounting. Then how system is able to identify the profit? How your profit will be updated in your P&L from a sale? There are two P&L accounts here. One is
Yes, sir.
COGS, one is revenue.
Yes, sir.
In P&L, COGS will go to debit side, sales will go to credit side.
Yes, sir.
Difference between debit and credit is your profit.
Yes.
So your P&L is automatically including the profit or not from this sale.
Yes, sir.
But I cannot figure it out individually from my accounting, right? Can you trace for a particular sale what is the profit from your accounting directly? Can you see for this particular sale, this is my profit? Is there any accounting entry posted that way with profit?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No accounting entry posted with profit. Meaning if I wanted to understand, analyze my profit, no other go, I need to go to COPA reporting, COPA module, controlling side,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right? That way you need to make sure at least you are talking the connecting points. Then you will sound practical, then you will sound realistic in the project, in your interview, or even in your project for that matter. Otherwise, it reveals easily the level of confidence that you are holding. can easily be guessed by the other person. We sound not confident, we sound doubtful, and we are not able to respond immediately, right? Confidently. Because we do not know whether it can be done or it cannot be done. Whether this is right or this is wrong, we are not sure. So definitely what will happen, other person will also be not confident. And these points, wherever possible, slowly you need to avoid, because now you are at a stage where things will become simplified for you. You are in a position to easily understand, do on your own.
Yes.
Right? And when you are connecting the points and when you are able to visualize things in a easier manner, it will work more than expected for you. And you should know to the extent of what is required at this moment. You should not go in depth into these points, because for you to go to in depth into this point, it requires a little more time, because these points are majoritarily related to 3 other modules. SD is involved, MM is involved, COPA is also involved.
Yes, sir.
And you're talking from FI standpoint, and you need to make sure to the extent of your FI, what information you require, only to that extent you put your effort. Once on the basic cycle, on the basic scenario, you are comfortable, then try to explore a little more. Then you will feel that, okay, now I think I'm able to connect what is this. At a time, if you try to understand everything, it is not possible. Don't try to achieve something which is impossible at this moment. Whatever is possible for you to understand, whatever is required, only to that extent you put your 100% effort. That will give you 100% result, whatever you're looking for. And if you are able to differentiate, okay, to this extent I need to understand from here, understand only to that extent, put 2-3 efforts, practice 2-3 times, you will definitely feel confident, comfortable there. And make sure you're able to explain that process to somebody, because in the interview you need to talk and get the job. And later on when you talk, automatically you feel the difference. When you sit in front of the system, automatically you feel the difference. I think, yes, now I'm able to understand. Anybody who will talk about FIST integration in your friend circle or whosoever, ask them the accounting entry flow for it. Everybody will tell it, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Now ask them how can you sell when there is no stock to the customer? Can you make a sale when there is no stock? Is it possible to make a sale without stock?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
How do you check whether you have stock or not?
Stock reports.
Reports.
Right? You need to check the stock report. What reports do we use to verify the stock, to check the stock? It is again required or not? MMBE, MB52, MB5B required?
Required, sir.
Alright. Now, how system will take your cost in the sale? From where system will pick the cost? From material master?
Yes, sir.
From material master it will take. For the finished product, which cost do you use? Standard cost or moving average? Standard price or moving average price?
Standard price, sir.
Standard price.
For material master, finished product, you always use a standard price. Now your material that you are selling it to the customer, do you sell raw material to the customer or you sell finished material to the customer?
Finish your materials.
We sell finished material to the customer. When you are selling finished material to the customer, you need to make sure the material cost breakup or not.
Yes, sir.
Right? If somebody is asking how material cost is coming, what is the breakup of your finished material cost, then you should be in a position to tell raw material cost, activity cost, overhead cost.
Yes.
How you are bringing this cost into material master, then you should know by doing cost estimation.
Yes, sir.
right? When you're doing the cost estimation, how you will get to know raw material cost? Then you should talk about BOM, bill of material. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And how you will calculate activity cost? Then you should talk about routing.
Yes.
And in this process, you should also touch up the points related to work center, activity type, KP06, KP26, KSPI,
Yes, sir.
right? Nobody will ask you to open the system, show it in front of me. Nobody will ask. If you're able to touch base these points, more than enough. They are more than happy to take you in their project. Without any second thought, they will give you the offer. Because they know if they apply second thought, you will join somewhere else. They don't want to lose. And similarly, how you will get overhead cost?
Costing sheet from costing sheet.
From costing sheet. Now to link the costing sheet, to link this one, you need to understand, okay, in costing sheet, what is there? You have base, you have credit, you have overhead percentage. You need to tell we can bring the overhead with the help of quantity, with the help of percentage also.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And it is connected with the help of your overhead grouping, overhead keys.
Yes, sir.
And then you will do the cost estimation in CK11, and when you go to CK24, we do marking, we do releasing. When you mark, it will go to future price. When you release, it will come to current price.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
When you talk these basic points, these are more than enough. And then you tell, okay, after this, system will tell this is my finished product cost. Whenever I do a sale, I need to make sure in sales order, I need to put selling price, not cost price. They'll ask what value you will put in sales order. Sales value, how sales value is calculated? FICO is all about numbers only, right? And they'll ask you the numbers only, how this number is coming, from where the number is coming. Only the basic fundamentals they will check from you, nothing else. Because with this basic fundamental, they want you to work in any project where things may be different, but logic, concept remains the same. Logic and concept will remain the same. That logic, that concept is what anybody will verify in you in the interview. But we think that they're only looking at the 5 steps along with the accounting entry, T code table that everybody is talking. Even a fresher is also talking that. In fact, better than us. Because they by heart as it is, word to word, they will read out in the interview. Then why they are expecting only for experienced candidate? They don't want a person who reads the data. They want a person who perform, who understands it, and who can convince the client. And when somebody is telling, who will be able to understand, do it on their own. For that, at least a little experience is required, right? Or at least a little understanding is required.
Yes.
Only for that, they will expect for experienced candidate. Otherwise, there is no point. Why they're expecting? The only point is experienced candidate will understand the process, nothing beyond that. If I take an experienced candidate, if I take a fresher is more eager to work. He will tell that every day I will sit for 3 hours additionally. If I tell experienced candidate, every day he will give a reason to go early. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
There are many drawbacks, but still why they want experienced? Because of that knowledge, because of that understanding capability only. The way experienced candidates looks at a scenario, the way a fresher looks at a scenario, there is a huge difference, right? That is what they're segregating in the interview. And don't always depend on the luck. Depend on your subject. You don't need to worry about anything. Let it be any situation. Even if there is recession, there are no jobs, everybody is losing their job, you will still start receiving the offer letters. They are losing job because they are replaceable. If you feel that if you're not there, I can bring some other candidate tomorrow, I don't care losing you today, right? But if I know that, okay, if I lose this candidate, again, it's very tough to find out the similar candidate in the market. I will not take risk to lose you, right? Agree? Nobody will lose such candidates because everybody is aware how you will get quality FICO consultants in the market. What is their level of understanding? Everybody is aware of it because they know this is the market standard. But if you find above market standard, do you leave that deal? No, right? Nobody leave it. Nobody will leave it. If you show that you are above the market standard, that's all. You got your answer. You'll get what you want. And for this, the only option is you'll have to put a little additional effort. And that effort must be a smart effort, not hard effort. Don't put hard work. Do a smart work and understand the things in such a way when you talk, other person is impressed. That's it. The other person should feel you have worked. You don't need to prove, you don't need to talk anything. You tell what you want to tell, that's it. They will understand your background, they'll understand your knowledge, they'll understand your confidence. This you have to prove while talking. Only the subject and nothing else. They are not even bothered about your experience and all. Fact is, everybody is aware the quality of FICO consultant in the market. But when you prove that you have the right knowledge, nothing will stop you to get a job, no matter what. Because in the project, most of you would have practically seen, right? It's difficult to get the right candidates, manage the client, understand, solve the tickets, issues, deliver on time without any issues, without depending on others. And these skill set, if you have, you will feel the difference the moment you enter any organization. Right from day one, you feel the difference. Okay, and on this point, just go through these points, revise your cost estimation, because it is not possible for us to sell without getting to know what is our cost. Am I correct?
Sir.
Without getting to know what is our cost, it is not possible. Now, what I want from you is list out steps in sequence. List out steps in a sequence so that tomorrow you will tell me the steps which I need to perform in the system to create this material. This is a finished material, and what components we require. Just an example only, not necessarily this is how a car is manufactured. Tell me what components we need to create, how we will bring the activity cost, how we will do the overhead cost. For the same number, our cost should be 6,30,000. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Do a reverse calculation, which everybody already did. Now you have a scenario, what values to come. Understand, if you take 5 raw materials required, split this 5 lakh between 5 materials.
Yes.
Look at the car
Yes, sir.
and then assume, okay, to manufacture a car, what parts are required? Anything is okay. Steering, gearbox, seat, glass, anything is fine. Because what we're doing, we're trying to connect the points. When you do it, you'll understand logically. And then what activity is required? What overhead is required? Straightforward overhead. On 5 lakh, if you put 10%, 50,000 is coming. Straightforward.
Yes, sir.
What configs to be maintained in which sequence? You do it once and make a sequence so that when you tell me tomorrow, when I follow your instructions, I should not get any error. We should be able to do this with one attempt. Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you explain me the session, you explain me the steps tomorrow in a sequence with which, without any error, in one go, we will be able to bring 6,30,000 with these 3 cost breakup. Practice today, list out the step. so that tomorrow even when you talk, you know, okay, this is how everything is getting connected. Clear, right? What to do for today's assignment?
Yes.
Clear, sir.
Okay, all right, fine. Then the remaining portion we will continue tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we will be having a little extended session. Reason, we need to do the material creation, cost estimation, and we need to create a sales order. We will do until billing. We will start on time only tomorrow, but it might be a little extended. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and we are closing early is depending on how accurately you are telling me the top points tomorrow. I will do what you tell. Until I bring this 6,30,000, I will blindly follow whatever you are telling in the class. Any error, you will only help me rectify. Assuming I do not know anything about these points. Okay, fine, then do it, and then tomorrow we will conclude it so that you will have a clear clarity conceptually. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Yeah.
sir.